Hello everyone, Pete Avon with MarkLogic here. Today I'm going to show you one of the coolest capabilities of Envision when you use it with the MarkLogic Data Hub. You can actually project property values out of your entities and leverage them as nodes in the graph for query and discovery. Let's get to it. So here we're looking at an HR Employee 360 model in Envision. We know to load the data as is, we create a model, we map our sources to the model in the Integrate tab, and then we can visualize and explore the results and explore. But for this exercise, this particular model, we have employees. They belong to a department. The department has a job opening. Employees have job reviews and they have resumes. And the mission here is we integrate two sources of data, and the HR wants to be able to align employees with the particular job openings available based on their specialties. Well, we've created this model. We've already created flows that integrate our data for us, and we can go and explore the data. And here we're looking at Zola Manchette, one particular person. We have all our information mastered and her relationships to HR and her resume. Here's her resume text and her department, and we can explore who belongs to these departments and what job openings are available in these departments. So already just with this model, we're able to start connecting people with the job openings available and know who's available in which departments and who's particularly working in which situations. But we can go a step further. So when we add entities here, we can add a special type of entity. Now these entities, behind the covers in the MarkLogic Data Hub, these become entity service descriptors. They become a specification that allows us to map our sources to this model. And in Explorer, we're actually looking at a multi-model Explorer, where each of these records is actually a document in the system, and the relationship between them is actually a semantic triple. But what? What if we could project property values as nodes in the graph? Well, we can. So we're going to add an entity, and we're going to call this one a concept. And we're going to call this one focus area. Because we know that our job openings, if we look at the job openings, they have an attribute here on the right called focus area. And our employees, well, they have an attribute called product skills. And it's possible for those values to be the same. So we're just going to add a relationship here. Has focus area. And we get to select the property. When you create a relationship from an entity to a concept, you're automatically given the ability to choose which property you want to project. And for us, and you can do this just as a one-off, but what's interesting is when you do it for multiple entities. This one has a product skill. Employees have a product skill. We name our relationships because we can leverage those in queries as well. Check our product skills property. And we're just going to save this. And so think of the solid line circles here as objects. They'll become objects in the database. The focus area, dotted lines, it's actually a triple. It's not a document. It's something else. But we're able to use these together in the MarkLogic Data Hub. And we actually have not touched the data. The data that's in there has already been harmonized and integrated. Using template-driven extraction, MarkLogic Data Hub provides us the ability to project information out of records as triples or rows, or essentially we can get a SQL-like lens on this data too. But we're using this as triples right now. So we go back to Explore, and what we'll start to see, we're going to search on our person Zola. Oh, looks like she has a couple of specialties, general ledger and procurement, right? But now if we want to know who has a relationship to general ledger, we can just expand that. And now we see all the employees that have a product skill of general ledger and all the job openings that have a focus area of general ledger. So we can now more quickly align the resources with the job openings available. And we are particularly searching on Zola. Of course, you don't have to do that if we wanted to search and see, okay, here's bill of materials, right? We have some default graph here. Explore this. This has a relationship to BOM, right? So, likewise. And that's your Envision MarkLogic Data Hub capability of the day. We showed you how you could create concepts and connect, project entity property values as nodes in the Explore graph. Very useful, very awesome. Envision is available on GitHub. And there's more Envision videos on YouTube and MLTV, and more to come. Thanks for watching.